Over the last couple of days, Elon Musk, he of SpaceX and Tesla fame, unveiled a truck. But not just any truck, a Cybertruck. That's what he called it. It didn't go to plan. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But I'd like to start off with Ariel Bogle from the ABC Science Unit and Matt Hopkins from Pedestrian. Can somebody please explain to me what it is?
I'd love to tell you. It's a car. It's an electric car. It's something between like the Lego Batmobile and and actually like a military vehicle. Like it's both like terrifying and humorous at the same time in its aesthetic.
Like the best way I know how to describe it is that it looks like somebody tried to download a picture of a car and then the JPEG stopped rendering halfway.
Yeah,
it's like angular and bumpy and deeply ugly.
Low polygon, like Nintendo 64.
That's it, right?
Like, that's the first thing I think of.
Yeah, it's the Commodore 64 of cars.
100%.
Before we get into the things that went wrong, why does this thing need to exist?
I don't really know. I mean, I really respect what Elon Musk is trying to do, across Tesla and across space, all that stuff.
Like colonize Mars or defame submariners.
Sure, maybe not that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that stuff falls into why I don't like Elon Musk, because he's leaning far too hard into the whole living meme thing.
Yeah.
Like he's become such an enigma of just stupidity, and like his fanboys really feed off that. And I think this is kind of a symptom of that. I get the purpose of like a pickup, like an electric pickup truck. Sure, like no one's really done that yet.
Yeah.
Sure, like great. Like I think electric vehicles are the way of the future, and I think that the more that we can do with those and the more affordable that we can make them to the general public, sensational, great. I don't get the design. I don't know why he's tried to make it look like a half-baked video game model. I don't get that.
I guess big picture, if you're trying to wean people off fossil fuel powered cars and you're trying to appeal to the type of people that don't want to use a family car type electric vehicle or a small little city compact electric car, they want to still have that manly feeling of getting in something that looks like it could roll over like a house.
Yes.
Maybe that's the market.
I think so, yeah.
It might work. Like if you can make an electric vehicle that still has all that like tough Ford power vibe, maybe it would work in the market. But I guess he's got so much sort of pop culture baggage now that it's really impossible to analyse these products he announces without all that in the mix.
I mean, there's a few interesting things about it as a product, I guess. Apparently, it's literally bulletproof to a 9mm handgun, though weirdly not to a ball.
It doesn't quite seem like it's taking itself seriously in many ways, because like somebody pointed out, I was reading on a car, like a website, people that write about cars day in and day out, and they pointed out that in many countries, because of its sharp edges, it won't even pass like basic safety tests. Cars in general have that rounded bonnet, it's functional, but it's also a protective feature. If pedestrians are going to get cut on sharp edges at a pedestrian crossing, their likelihood of surviving that encounter is drastically lowered. So is Tesla or is Elon Musk taking this car seriously from the start, or is it just another meme? It's really hard to say.
I mean, cars crumple for a reason, right? And the glass kind of shatters for a reason. Yeah, I mean, is he overlooking those kind of safety things completely with this?
It's really billed and being sold in this presentation as a car for the apocalypse. Like, you won't care about pedestrians because they're shooting at you with 9mm handguns, apparently. Like, it's really on that line to a police vehicle or a military vehicle.
Or certainly Tesla have talked about a pressurized version that they can put on Mars.
Good. Great.
I think it was Elon. It could have been somebody else from Tesla that said this will be the first car on Mars. It's very hard to take it seriously when he says stuff like that.
I think there's an element that he knows exactly what he's doing. Like, I think when we do see a consumer model of the Cybertruck, the design will probably be rolled out like a little bit more conventional than what we've seen now. But like, I think there is an element of he knew what he's doing here in terms of the design, in terms of the rollout and all that sort of stuff.
But even you can't take any part of it at face value. So they've been talking about how many pre-orders, quote unquote, they've been getting. You have to put $100 prepayment down.
Which is fully refundable.
Which is fully refundable of a car that might cost almost $77,000. So it's like buying a screw of the car. Like, it's not a genuine pre-order. You're not tied to it. You know, it's more a sort of a vote of appreciation for Elon than a pre-order.
It's just like waving a flag at fanboys saying you can sign up to this purely because it'll be good publicity for us in a weird kind of way.
Well, they've got to be careful, though, because I've rarely gotten so much hate mail than when I wrote about people asking for refunds for the Tesla Model S and X because Tesla fans are Tesla fans.
Yeah, they're insane people.
Why are they so loyal?
Well, I mean, to be fair, the vision is for Tesla rather than the Cybertruck is very good. I mean, it is important that we move to electric vehicles. It is important for the climate. It is important for a whole range of reasons. It is an impressive car, both from an engineering perspective and a mission perspective. So I can see why you would buy in. And also the idea that there is some rich dude out there with all the ideas that are going to save the world is also appealing. It's nice to outsource that kind of vision. But at the same time, the cult has only grown. And I think the media in particular has grown more skeptical. And so there is this sort of culture clash going on between the people who aren't quite ready to let go of their vision of Elon and the reality of the stock market, I suppose.
Yeah.
And the reality of regulators who Elon has increasingly come into clash with.
All right, there's lots more of that in the podcast. If you download this show, you can find it wherever you enjoy podcasts. Bye.